Hey guys, it's Rose with Rose Likes Crochet. How is everybody doing? It is Thursday, May 1st, 2025, and I am coming on here with a yarn yakking video for May. So for those of you who are new here, my name is Rose. I like to crochet. I like yarn a lot. You'll see that in this video. And I make stitch markers along with other handmade crocheted items. You can find those in my Etsy shop, which is linked down below in the description box. If you could favorite the shop and favorite a few items, it really does help me out, and I do appreciate it a whole lot. So yarn yakking videos are me talking about if I have any happy mail, which I don't, which is fine. If I have made any yarn purchases, which I have, which is great. And if I have any finished objects, and hopefully I'll have enough time at the end of this video to show you some finished objects. But I have a lot to talk about today. So the first thing we're going to do is some admin stuff. There is a Facebook group for this YouTube podcast. It is linked down below. Everything I talk about will be linked down below in the description box. You do have to answer 3 questions to join. They're really easy. I promise. Go and join the Facebook group. You can also follow me on Instagram. That's at Roselikescrochet. If you do find any good giveaways, yarn or crochet, crafty related giveaways, please feel free to tag me if they ask you to tag a friend. Check out my last yarn yakking video. I actually won a giveaway from Expression Fiber Arts, and the yarn was gorgeous, and it was all because someone tagged me. So thank you so much to everyone who tags me in giveaways. Now, the Instagram page is connected to a Facebook business page, so everything that gets posted on Instagram automatically goes to the Facebook business page. So that's obviously where I post, and then if you guys would love to, I would love to see what you guys are making, so go ahead and post that in the Facebook group. I think the traffic has been kind of light there lately, so let's go on over there and show me what you're making. Okay, so I think that's it. The Etsy shop, and then there's a spring shop. It's linked down below if you want to get some Rose Likes Crochet merchandise. Okay, so there's going to be 2 things that I'm going to be talking about pretty much all year round. The first thing is going to be random acts of crochet kindness. So every month what I'm doing is I am pulling an item out of a bag. I just wrote 12 random items on some paper, put them in a bag, and every month we're going to pull an item for random acts of crochet kindness. Now there is a Facebook group for random acts of crochet kindness. I'm not affiliated with them. I am a member, but you guys can go and check it out. There's lots of files over there, patterns and printouts if you want to add a little printout for your random act of crochet kindness. But my contest doesn't have anything to do with them. It's just whatever we pick out on the sheet of paper. All I'm asking you to do is make however many you want or not, make some random acts of crochet kindness, leave them in places, and then if you want to enter into my contest, all you have to do is send me an email with a picture of your random acts of crochet kindness. And you just have to tell me how many you made and where you left them. And then you're entered into a really, really tiny giveaway drawing at the end of the month. It's literally a ball of yarn that big and a stitch marker and a sticker. So it's really not anything exciting, at least not for me. It's exciting for me to give it away, but it's a really small item. And it's just basically my way of saying thank you for participating. And honestly, when you leave the random acts of crochet kindness, you'll never know if someone's gonna pick it up and what they're gonna think about it. But the reason we're doing this is just hopefully leave a smile on someone's face. So the item for April was flowers, and I made my flowers, and then I was actually in the car with Philip and Carolyn a couple weekends ago, and I accidentally left my bag of random acts of crochet kindness in his car. So he was a gentleman and left a couple somewhere, and then I met up with him again, got the bag, and I left the rest of them. So I am going to tell you that I went through all the emails that I got. So all you have to do is email me, and then with that information, and then you're entered into my little contest. So for April, I had 19 people email me, and they told me how many they made and where they left them. And I have my iPad here. So we are going to I'm going to show you the pictures of all of where everyone left them. And then we're going to, I already used, that lady in the phone to pick a winner. So I'll tell you who the winner is in just a second. Okay, so the first person who emailed me, and by the way, I just asked this person in the phone to do a random number check. You know what I'm talking about. The first person who emailed me was Kayla, and she said she used a pattern by Bee Hooked Crochet, and she was going to leave it at the public library. So I'm going to show you a picture, and hopefully you guys can see it. So that is from Kayla. So thank you so much, Kayla, for that beautiful flower. The next one is from Tammy. And she said she made 6 and she will be leaving them at her first ever craft show this weekend. So here are the 6 that Tammy made. So there's those. Thank you so much, Tammy. And then we have Leilani, who said she made rosebuds and she plans to give them away to the ladies at church for Mother's Day and hopes that they serve as an inspiration for someone else to make some. So here are the rosebuds that Leilani made. I know I'm trying to figure out the glare here, but this is, I think, the best we're going to be able to do. Maybe. There you go. Those are her rosebuds. So those are from Leilani. Then we have Suzanne, and she made 5 flowers for the month and will leave them at the coffee shop, library, and the post office in town. And these are her flowers for April. So she's got a little note there that says, "Free, I'm not lost nor alone. I've been waiting here for you to take me home." And then it says random acts of crochet kindness, and it's got a whole bunch of other stuff on there. So thank you so much, Suzanne. Then we've got Joan. She says she is going to be leaving 2 at an airport and 1 at a hospital because she has to go and help her brother. And I'm going to show you her flowers right there. There you go. Those are so pretty. Joan, thank you so much for sending those pictures. The next one we have is Valerie H. And it says she made 12 flowers of various colors. She placed them at church, the library, Cracker Barrel, and at an ATM. So there are Valerie's flowers. They're so pretty. Thank you so much for sharing those. We have another Valerie. She made 6 flowers. She said she found the pattern for these on AnnieDesignCrochet.com. The blog post was called How to Make an Easy Crochet Flower. She's leaving them at a doctor's office, post office, pharmacy, gas station, and a grocery store. And she just used scraps. So there are her 6 flowers. They're so adorable. I love it. You guys, this is so much fun. I wish we could, well, maybe we'll do this next year too. We'll see. All right, the next one is from Naomi. And she made 2, and wait till you see these. One went to Starbucks and the other one went to GNC, which is a vitamin shop. Look at these, you guys. They have sunglasses on. Oh my gosh, those are so cute. I love those. So that was from Naomi. Then we have Deborah, and she said she was going to hide this at school. So it looks like it's got a little loopy loop on it, which is awesome. Deborah, thank you so much for sending that. The next one is from Kay, and she said she attached magnets, and they are being dispersed at ball games, grocery stores, and craft fairs or craft stores. So here are hers. Oh my goodness, look at how pretty they are. She put little, I don't know, little gems in there for the center. Those are beautiful. Okay, thank you so much for sending those. Then we've got Julianne, and she made 10 flower keychains. She also posted these in the Facebook group, if you guys are in the Facebook group. She said she left them at Burger King, the library, doctor's office, and the grocery store. And here are her flowers. You can see the keychains on them. That's a great idea. I like those little plastic keychains. Julianne, where'd you get those? Let me know. All right, the next one is from Paula. I know this lady named Paula. I think this is her. She says, I put magnets on the back of some of the flowers and pens on 2 of them. She made 7. This is a bag o' day tutorial, and she left them at a senior assisted living facility. So I am going to show you how pretty those flowers are. You can see the pens sticking out of those other two. That's awesome. Then we have Carrie, and she says she made 10 using a tutorial for the Olivia flower from Hooked by Robin. Most of the yarn was scrap yarn. These were fun to make and they worked up quickly despite doing a row of Tunisian crochet in each petal, which was actually pretty cool. I added the loops in case the recipients wanted to hang them or attach them to a bag or something. Have a great weekend, from Carrie. So look at how pretty these are, you guys. Oh my goodness gracious. Those are gorgeous. Thank you so much for sharing those, Carrie. And then the next one is from Cheryl. Hi, Cheryl. She said she made 12 flowers. She left 4 at Winco, 2 at Rite Aid, 2 at a gas station, 2 at Walmart, and the last 2 will go to the park since we've had a few nice days. So here are Cheryl's flowers. Oh, these are so adorable. I hope you guys can see those. Oh my gosh, see, it's something so little, and I think it does so much for people. The next one comes from Litza, and if you guys aren't familiar, Litza is from Coco's Crochet here on YouTube, and she's already shown these on her channel, so if you guys want to go check her out, I'll link her down below. She says, here are the flowers. She said she liked how I added the buttons, so she did too. And she's doing something called an Are You OK Day in Australia. So she's saving all of her random acts of crochet kindness, and then she's going to be leaving them out there in her staff room at school. And then I'm going to show you her picture, which if you follow her, you've already seen these. But there are Litza's flowers. Hi, Litza. All right, so thank you so much, Litza, for doing that. Then we have Judy at Witch Piece Craft. She is also here on YouTube. Hi, Judy. And she says, my April poppies made for Anzac Day, April 25th. We honor and remember Australian and New Zealand veterans. She distributed 8 around her city area. 2 were the red ones to remember and honor veterans. 2 were purple to remember and honor animals who serve with the veterans. 2 are black to remember the deceased who have given their life while serving, and 2 are white, which is the international poppy for peace and remembrance. She used a Bag O' Day tutorial for 4, and then she freehanded the other 4. Today is Anzac Day here. She sent this a couple days ago. One turned up on the Random Acts of Crochet Kindness Facebook group page. This made my day just that little more special, that it made someone's day special too. So that is so exciting, you guys. So those are Judy's poppies. And I will make sure I link Judy down below as well, so you guys can go and check her out. She did show these on her channel. So that was from Judy. Then we have a couple more, guys. We have Cherie. She says she's working on her flowers. She used a video by Hooked by Robin, the 4-minute flower on YouTube. And these will be going to the ladies of my mom's birthday club on Friday. I have made 18 and need to make 2 more, 20 total flowers. So here are Cherie's little flowers. Oh my goodness. See, something so tiny can make such a big difference, you guys. The next one is from Lynn, and she also has a channel here on YouTube, Lynn Penguins Creations. She says she's packing up her random acts of crochet kindness and sending them off to a teacher nearby whose class is doing kindness acts each month. So I'm going to show you Lynn. There are 4, 7, there's 10 flowers there, and it looks like she did some of them with the beads on them. So thank you so much, Lynn. I will link Lynn down below also if you want to go check her out. And then we have one more. This is from Jackie, and she says, here's a picture of the daisy amigurumi I made for the Random Acts of Crochet Kindness. She actually made 2, but she gave one to her granddaughter, and this one that I'm going to show you, she left it in a hospital waiting area. So look at how cute. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. So Jackie, thank you so much for sending the pictures, everyone. Thank you. I don't even know how to turn this off. Thank you so much for sending pictures of your random acts of crochet kindness. I really do appreciate it. I hope this is as much fun for you guys as it is for me. So like I said, the person in the phone picked a number. We had a total of 19 entries into our contest for April. and it picked number 13, which was Carrie P. So Carrie P, if you can please send me an email with your shipping address, I will get out a little ball of yarn, a stitch marker, and a sticker for you. So go ahead and send me that email. Now this bag has the rest of my little notes, my little things that I wrote on purple pieces of paper with random things on here, and we're going to randomly pick an item for May. Yes, because we're in May. So we're just going to pick an item here. Let me see. I think they're all kind of mushed together. Okay, so here is our May item. And let's see what we all need to make for May. Oh, yay, hearts. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I am going to write on here that this is for May. And if you guys want to get started on that, that is really exciting. If you already have a pattern that you use, please leave it down below in the comment section. So this is for May. It's going to be a heart. And I will tell you right now that Sam from Manfa's Makes, hi Sam, she is doing a heart thing for charity already all year round. So she might actually have a pattern for this. So Sam, if you're watching, let us know what pattern you're using for your hearts. So anyway, you guys, so the item for May is a heart. So just send me an email once you're done making them with how many you made, a picture of them, and where you're going to leave them. Okay, that's it for Random Acts of Crochet Kindness. That took a long time. The next thing I want to talk about is our charity for this year, and it is for an organization called the Generous Crafters. So the last video that I posted was all donations from the Generous Crafters. I will let you know if you want to go check that out. I did deliver all of those donations plus everything we had gotten for March, and they were flabbergasted at how much stuff I brought in. It took us 2 trips. It was me, Paula, and Philip, and it took us 2 trips to get everything from my car into the meeting. So they said thank you so much for all of your kind donations, and they're really excited for the granny squares that we got or that we delivered, and a couple of them I think are going to take some granny squares and make scarves out of them, because there were some really adorable granny squares. I mean, all of them were beautiful, but there were some that they thought would be really cool as a scarf. So they were beyond excited, thrilled, appreciative. So just remember, you guys, this is just the women who are volunteers. Can you imagine if they're that excited, what the people who are going to get these items are going to feel like? That's pretty amazing. So I do want to go over the next month or two and tell you what the items are. I actually have 4 donations here today, but I'm probably going to wait until the next video to show them to you. So for May, which is the month we are in, they are asking for baby hats. And the only catch to the baby hats is they cannot be preemie and they cannot be infant. So baby hats. If you need to go up to a child size, that's fine, but they're really looking for baby hats. For June, they're looking for chemo hats. So we're going to be on a hat kick for about 2 months here. If you don't like to make hats, or you have somewhere local you can donate, please don't feel obligated or upset or sad that you can't donate here. I always encourage you guys to donate locally if you can. So baby hats are for May and chemo hats are for June. Now there is a blog for the Generous Crafters. It is linked down below in the description box, as well as the list of what the items are that they're collecting every month. So if you want to go and check that out, please do that. The only thing they said about the chemo hats was they wanted to make sure it's really soft yarn and tighter stitches. So go and check out the link down below for the Generous Crafters. Now there are 2 items that I am going to collect through the end of October that you can send anytime. And one of those items is the 6-inch granny squares. So it can be any color, any design, as long as it's 6 inches. And like I said, they're going to connect those either to make blankets or scarves. And then the other thing that they're going to collect all year round is something called a prayer square. So the prayer square looks like this. It is a 3x4 if you're going to knit or crochet it. So this one's knit and this one is crocheted. And this one you can make 3x3 or 3x4 if you want to sew it. So I believe the patterns for these are also in the blog. If you want to just crochet 3x4 squares without a cross or without this bobble design, you can do that. And they're going to print out the prayer on the back. If it doesn't have a cross, then they're going to not include the cross on there. They'll make it a non-denominational. So the 2 items you can send anytime through the end of October, because that's when I'm stopping, is 6-inch granny squares and 3x4 prayer squares. Okay, so I think that's like, I'm going to pre-record that, I think. That's a lot of talking. All right, so we're just going to get into shopping, okay, because I did some shopping. Before I get into the shopping, my friend Paula, Carolyn, and Philip, and now I'm going to add Lynn to that, although she doesn't come with us all the time. My friend Paula's friend went to an estate sale and got like a huge bag of yarn for like $5. So Paula went through it and she found some stuff that she thought I might enjoy. So she gave me a whole bag of yarn. So it's really, really easy. She knows I like to use this Hometown USA. I make 3-button cowls out of this. So I guess this was in the bag. So she found, or it was in the bag. She got me 3 of these. So there's 3 of those. And perhaps one day when I have time, I will make a 3-button cowl out of that. And then everything else, oh, there's this thing too. I don't know what that is. Chenille maybe? It's a little bit darker than what's showing on camera. So this ball was in there too. So thank you, Paula. And then she knows I like to trim loveys. If you're not sure what a lovey is, go check out my Etsy shop. She knows I like to trim loveys in the fun fur or the eyelash yarn. And I guess there was a bunch of this in the bag that she got. So she just took it all and gave it to me. So I have now a ton of this fun fur. I'm so excited to get it actually, because I am literally going to use it to trim loveys as long as it matches. You can see there's a lot of this color right here. There's this one, and this one. So Paula, thank you so much for thinking about me with all this fun fur yarn. I appreciate that. I'm going to keep it with my loveys. That way I know it's ready and I can match it up when I'm making loveys. So that was my gift from Paula. I do want to let you know, I did go to the CVS pharmacy. Let me see when this was. I have my receipt and I'll tell you why I went there. April 24th, I went to CVS pharmacy because I got a coupon in the mail for $4 off a $4 purchase. Or maybe it was on my app or something. And I was like, I don't really need anything at CVS, but I know they carry Beanie Boos. So you guys, I found, are you ready? He's so cute. His name is Alfie. And it looks like he's a Highland cow. So I got Alfie, the Highland cow Beanie Boo. He was originally $5.99 and he was $4 off. So I got this guy for $2.25. Isn't he cute? Oh my gosh, he's so cute. So that was the damage I did by myself on April 24th. So then last Saturday, Paula, Philip, Carolyn, and I went to this. There was a thing that I got notified of, and it was called like an estate sale of fine yarns or something like that. And it was in a church, and it was like an hour from where we all live. So we all piled in the car and we went, but we didn't get there until like 11 o'clock. And the place opened at 9, and they were pretty wiped out by the time we got there. But I was still able to snag some yarn for really cheap. Let me grab it and show you. Hang on. All right, you guys. So they had tables and tables and tables, and apparently when they opened up, they had all this hand-dyed yarn. All that was gone by the time we got there, which was no big deal. But they still had some yarn left. They had this big ball of yarn in a bag for $2. You guys, this is a Caron, I'm sure it's a Caron 1 pound, because that's the only thing that's this big. So I got this for $2. Yes, it's red. I'm pretty sure I know exactly what it is. They had these on a table for $1 each. So we were just talking about that fun fur. I just got 2 more balls, and these are full balls, and they were only $1 each. And then the last thing that I found there were these 2 skeins of, I don't know what that is, 2 skeins of Caron Simply Soft, and the color is Iris, and these were $2 each. So, and then if you bought any ball of yarn, you could get 5 books for free. They had all these pattern books, but 99.9% were knit. The only crochet one they had left was this one, and it's book 1014, Afghan Favorites, Grannies and Ripples. And I don't even know what year this is from. Let's see, 1980. So 1980. So I got this book for free from, there were 4 other books that Paula, Phillip, and Carolyn picked out, and they were all knit books. So good for them. Anyway, so that was at this estate sale. And the location that we were, there was a big Joann Fabrics on our way back, you know, heading back to home. So we decided to stop in that Joann Fabrics, and I found a bunch of stuff. Yeah, let me get it. Hang on. All right, you guys. So this was at a really big Joann Fabrics, and they had quite a bit of yarn. So all of the yarn was 40% off. And I'll just tell you, because I don't want to give you, keep you too long on this one. The yarn was all 40% off. The tie beanie boos were 50% off. And all of the buttons were 50% off. There was something, oh, that was 60% off. That was some letters. I'll show you that. But yeah, so that was, yeah, this was the receipt for that Joann. We did go to another one. Okay, so these were the only beanie boos they had left that were actually beanie boos that I would use for loveys for a craft fair. So these were $2.99. They were half off. So if anyone needs a Captain America lovey, let me know, because I have quite a few actually now. So, oh, I got a pair of socks. I think these were like $1 or something. Valentine socks. And then I'm just going to go over the yarn that I was able to find at this store. I did get a Bernat Velvet in black, Blackbird. So this is Bernat Velvet. This is a 5 bulky, and this is what I like to use for my scrunchies. So I got that. They had a couple colors of the Juicy Couture. This store had some nice stock there. This one is called Cocoa Red. So I did pick up these. Like I said, all the yarn was 40% off. They barely had any cotton left, but the one color that they did have that I wanted was this one. This is called Dark Orchid. So I picked up 2 of these supersize balls of the Lily Sugar and Cream. And then we're going to go over 1 ball of Caron Simply Soft. Now, I'm pretty sure I've seen this color before, but I don't know why I never picked it up. This one is called Honeycomb. And you guys, this works really, really well in the knitting machine. And it's really super soft too. So I'm thinking I could also use these for the chemo hats for June. So I got 1 of those. I know you can get that elsewhere, but I just figured I'd pick it up. I found these 3 colors in the big twist. I don't plan on using them together, but these were the 3 colors that I picked up. I don't think I'd ever seen this one before. This one is called Cosmetic Pink. And of course I have like 20 balls of the slime, but I don't think I can ever get enough of that color. And this one, brown one, is called Chocolate Brown. So I just picked up 1 of each of those. And then they had some big twist plush. So I did pick up this one right here, which is Neon Rainbow Variegated. So I picked up 1 of those because I have a bunch of this yellow color, and then this one would match it really well. Then I found these Caron Colorama Halos. And I have a couple of these, but in the Ogo format. I don't have any in the cake format. And I decided it was time for me to get one of these. I really just need to make something with them because I have those Ogo ones. The color on this is called Harbor Frost. So I picked up 2 of those. And I don't know where we're going to be able to find these other than Joann Fabrics in the Yarn Inspirations. Yarn Inspirations will have those, I hope. So I picked up 2 of those, again, 40% off. And then I picked up 3 balls of Bernat baby blanket or Bernat regular blanket. I got this one right here, which is called Blue Jean Dot. I got this one here, which is called Dino Egg Dot. And I picked up a yellow, which is called School Bus Yellow, and I use this for my bumblebees. So that was it for the Bernat blanket at that store. I also got some buttons, you guys. Like I said, the buttons were, what did I say, 60% off, I think. No, 50% off for the buttons. And then these little F's right here, which if you guys aren't familiar with me, I make these things called F-bombs. And I usually hot glue an F to my bomb because I stink at embroidering them. So these were 60% off. So I have 2 F's. And then the buttons were all half off. So I got these. Super cool. I found these adorable elephants in a 3-pack. And I found these whales in a 3-pack. And then I found, like, I don't know what my okay, let me just tell you guys. I'm obsessed with buttons. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to make any excuses, and I'm not going to apologize. I just love buttons. They just can't be the ones with the shanks on the back. So I found 2 of those. I found these really pretty flowers in pink and in yellow. I got 1 more of these, which is kind of hard to tell, but it's kind of shiny. I got 2 red right here. I found these 2 flowers. I just love them. And then the last buttons that I found at that Joann Fabrics were these adorable cupcake buttons. So, also, Philip, by the way, hi Paula, Philip, and Carolyn, and Lynn. Philip was at a Walmart, I don't know when it was, like 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, and he found black blanket yarn for $5, and he asked me if I wanted one, and I said yes. So he gave it to me when we were together on Saturday. I mean, black blanket yarn for $5 at Walmart. So thank you, Philip, for picking that up. I did pay him for that. So then we went to a Meijer grocery store. We did go out to eat lunch, and we had some ice cream. And we went to a Meijer that was up there too. And they had all kinds of Easter candy on clearance. So yeah, we bought some Easter candy. And then we were looking in the Easter section, and they had these 2 packs of kitchen towels. Originally $8, and these were $2.40 for each one of these packs. So they had other ones too that had Easter sayings on them, and I didn't want the Easter sayings. So I just picked up these 2. The towels on the back look like that. So $2.40 for 2 towels means it was only $1.20 a towel. So I picked up those along with all the Easter candy that we won't discuss. So we also went to another Joann Fabrics because we went to go and no, we went to Michael's first. Let me get the Michael's bag. Hang on. They had a couple of skinny cakes. They had only this one color left, and it was clearance for $5. So this was the only one that they had. It's called Icing, and it was $5 for this skinny cake. And then the other things we found in the Easter section were these adorable bunnies. Oh my gosh, you guys, these were on clearance for $1.50 a piece. So I did not take all of them. I don't know, maybe I did because everyone was with me and no one else decided to take any of these bunnies. So I got 4 of these adorable bunnies for $1.50 each. And I know that they have Easter material on their ears and on their feet, but they're soft. They have a soft face and soft eyes. And so I will be making at least one of these into a lovey soon, just so I could have one at my craft fairs. So I got 4 bunnies for $1.50 a piece, which, considering some of the deals we've gotten in the past, that's not really a good deal, but it's a pretty good deal. All right, so that was Michael's. And then we went to the Joann Fabrics by Carolyn's house, and we did even more damage there. Let me get that stuff. Hang on. All right, you guys. So this was the Joann Fabrics by Carolyn's house. And you guys, they had so much yarn. It was ridiculous. We even asked one of the employees like what was going on with all the yarn, and she said she just received 1,600 boxes of yarn like that past week. 1,600 boxes. Anyway, they had walls and walls of Bernat blanket yarn in colors I had never seen before. So yes, you can see I did a little damage. All right, so all the yarn was 40% off, and then everything else that I have was 50% off. So we're just gonna start with the Bernat blanket because I have a lot of it. You guys, I don't think I've ever seen this color before, and this doesn't even make sense. It's called aubergine, and it's really like a brownish, grayish purple. I don't know. It doesn't look aubergine to me. So I got one of those because I'd never seen that before. This color is called burgundy plum, and I never saw that one either. Like, where have they been all my life? Maybe these were like online only with Joann, and because they're clearing out their warehouse, they are just like, stores have to take them, right? This one I think I've seen before, maybe not. This one is called Clary Sage. I don't think I have that one. Like, where did they get these from? I want to know. Bernat, it's from Yarnspirations, right? I know I've had this one before. This one is just called Crimson. I'm going to use this for chill pills, as well as when I make chickens and I have to do the little doodads at the top of their head. The doodads. This one I've had before. It's called Hot Pink Sparkle. Again, all 40% off. This one I've had before. It's called Royal Blue. And you guys, I think I'm set with blanket yarn for quite a while. That wouldn't stop me though from ordering more if it was a good deal. This one is called Blueberry Dot, and I want to use that for stingrays. So I've got that. And then the other three Bernat blankets that I picked up were these Bernat blanket perfect phasing. And I'm going to tell you why I bought them. If you guys have not seen the Generous Crafters donation video from, I think it was Monday. Yeah, I think it was Monday. Someone donated a bag made with this yarn, and it is so cool. I had to just get, I'm pretty sure I have these already, but I had to get more. So I picked up this one, which is called Dark Orchid. And this is the perfect phasing. And then I know I have this one, but I picked up another one. This is called Citron. Oh my gosh, I'm in love with these, you guys. And then I picked up this one, which is called Deep Teal. And I'm pretty sure I have that one also. But I picked them up anyway. So I picked up those because I specifically want to make that bag. And I believe I have it saved to my bag playlist. If you guys want to go into my channel, look at my bag playlist, I think it's in there. The only other thing I picked up yarn-wise is this Red Heart all-in-one granny square. It is called Black Grape Granny. And I have quite a few of the all-in-one granny squares, but I don't think I have this color, and I'm not planning on using it for granny squares. But I am a purple fanatic, so this is perfect for me. So that was all for the yarn. Then I actually picked up more buttons. They were 50% off. And I don't know if you guys remember. If not, I'll tell you. The project of the month for me, Paula, Philip, and Carolyn is to take a sweatshirt and cut off the arms here. And if there is no hood, what we're going to do is we're going to cut off the arms and then crochet the arms and then crochet a hood. If it's just a regular crew neck, obviously this wouldn't work. Well, it would. I could cut the sleeves off, but it already has a hood on it. Anyway, I've been asking and trying to find a cutter, a rotary cutter with the blades where it'll just make the holes every couple millimeters or whatever. So they actually had the blades at this Joann Fabrics. So this was half off, but I don't have one of the handheld rotary cutters. So I had to buy one of those too. So I actually, and they had these all locked up, you guys. And we felt like criminals. They were like, oh, someone's coming up with a cutter. Anyway, so I bought a cutter. I'm pretty sure I have a cutter, but I don't know where it's at. But I know for a fact I don't have this little blade. So I did pick up these. These were half off. And let me see if it'll tell me what the original price was. And everyone wanted to give me money because they're going to use it too, but it's going to be my cutter, so they don't have to give me money. So the blade was, oh, I'm sorry, 40% off. So the cutter was originally $44.99 and it was 40% off. And then the rotary blade was originally $12.99 and it was 40% off. So, you know, that kind of stuff you have like forever and ever. You don't ever have, you just have to replace the blade, right? Not the cutter. Okay, so the buttons I got were all half off. I found these really pretty purple flowers because, like I said before, I have an obsession. Look at that. Oh my gosh. I found these, which I thought were super duper pretty. I got 3 of these. Here, I'll show you these. Look at that. Oh, I'm obsessed with that. I found these orange flowers. I found these plain black buttons. These are also plain black. Well, they're not plain. They've got that little design. I've got these little white flowers, cream colored flowers. They had 3 of these, which you can't tell, but they're almost like velvety. They're super duper soft, so I found 3 of those. And then this store had these adorable ladybugs. Oh my goodness gracious. So those were my 2 trips to Joann Fabrics. Now, I'm not saying I won't go again, but like I said, there isn't one near me. So I don't know if I'll even have an opportunity to go to a Joann Fabrics again. Okay, so you know how I said I wasn't going to buy any more blanket yarn because I have enough unless it's a good deal. Well, I found a good deal. If you are part of the Facebook group, I posted yesterday that they had some yarn at Ollie's, and it wasn't even Paula that told me about it. It was my girlfriend who doesn't crochet that told me about it. She's like, hey, they have yarn at Ollie's. I was like, I'm heading there right now. So I did take a picture of what the display looked like. They really only had one color in the cakes, which I'll show you in a second. And they had like 2 different colors in the, I'll show you those. Hang on a second. All right, you guys. So these were this was the only color that my Ollie's had in the Bernat Blanket Ombre. Bernat Blanket Ombre. And all these were $4.99 each. So this was the only color that they had. It is called Eggplant Ombre. And oh my gosh, you know what? I'm going to put up a picture of what the display looked like, and you'll see why I had no choice but to buy more than one. Here's the picture. Okay, so yes, I bought more than one. I bought more than 2. I bought 3 because they're purple and it's so pretty. It's so pretty. I don't know what I'm going to make with it, but now I have 3, so I can make whatever I want, right? Oh my gosh. I absolutely love, love, love this color, and it's super duper soft too. So the other 2 colors that they had were in the regular Bernat blanket. So they had this color, which is called Smoky Green. And then the only other one they had is this Bernat blanket tie-dye-ish, and it is called Mossy Hills. And it's got all those different shades there. And I'm pretty sure I have this one already, but I don't know if I have this one. So that was my haul at Ollie's, and that was yesterday. So if you guys have an Ollie's near you, go and check it out and see if you have. I don't know if it's all the same colors or if there's different colors, but that's what I was able to find. Okay, so I have 2 finished objects that I want to show you. It's the same design, of course, because I get obsessed with some stuff. I actually have more than that to show you, but I think because I took too long with the random acts of crochet kindness, I'm not going to be able to show you the other stuff. But let me grab the 2 things that I do want to show you. Hang on. All right, so I know that it's May and we're coming into summer and spring, but the one project that I really like to take with me wherever I go sometimes is just a divine hat. And I have been working on these 2 divine hats for I don't know how long, and I finally finished them. So because I'm not in the car that often waiting, you know, at appointments or anything like that, so I don't usually get to work on them a whole lot. So my favorite hat pattern is called the Divine Hat, and it is originally by a designer called Sarah Arnold. And there are a billion tutorials on YouTube for it, and it's not called the Divine Hat, it's called like the Shells Hat. I think maybe Fiber Spider calls it the Divine Hat. Anyway, you could just type in Divine Hat in YouTube and you will find the tutorial for it. I don't know if the pattern is still on Ravelry, the written pattern. Anyway, the Divine Hat is my obsession. It's so easy, I don't need the pattern anymore. So I picked out 2 balls of yarn for whatever reason. One of them was an I Love This yarn from Hobby Lobby, and the color is called Pasha? Pasha. And that's what it looks like in the ball. And this yarn is 251 yards, and I did start with a full ball of yarn. So I'm going to show you the hat. Here is the Divine Hat. It's also called like the Shells Hat. I love making this hat. It's so easy for me. It is a little bit of a yarn eater, but I really enjoy it. So that didn't take more than, I don't know, maybe half a ball of yarn. So there is this Divine Hat. And I usually keep a stack of hats with me in my car for the winter, but I won't be putting this in the car. I also plan on donating a bunch of hats to KK and Kristen, so I will link their channel down below. They are doing something called Bumblebee Mountain Outreach, or BMO, and they are doing a hat drive all year round. So eventually I will be sending hats. I don't know if this will be one of them, but I will be sending her some hats for her drive. So there is one of the Divine Hats. And then the other one, I had this ball of yarn, which is a clearance ball of yarn, and it is called Tender Touch, and it's from Yarn Bee Hobby Lobby. This ball of yarn was 99 cents, and the color was called Suede, and that's all I have left from that ball. So let's see, this was 135 yards, so it took almost the entire ball of yarn. So that is this hat right here. And this is really soft, but I don't know that this would be good for the chemo hats. I might bring it there for June and see if this works, but I don't know if this is going to work or not. So I made 2 Divine Hats. I mean, I've been making them, but I actually finally finished them. So those are my 2 finished objects for today. I do have some other stuff that I'm working. I have other stuff that I finished, but this video is already way too long. So let me know if you were able to hit up a Joann Fabrics in the past week or so, and if you were able to find any good deals. Like I said, I don't know that I'll be near a Joann Fabrics again, so I'm not all that concerned. I think my stash is pretty okay right now. I think that's really it. I don't know what the next video might just be, another yarn yakking video. I do have 4 donations for the Generous Crafters, and I do only go to the post office on Wednesdays and Saturdays, so I might wait and see how many packages come on this coming Saturday, and then we'll decide if that goes in its own video or if it just goes into a yarn yakking video. So that's all I have for today. Please leave a comment down below. Let me know about your Joann's. Let me know if you have a favorite hat pattern. I know we're going into summer, but let me know, you know what? Let me know if you have a favorite hat pattern that might be good for a chemo hat. Yeah, I don't know if this would be good for a chemo hat because it is kind of thick. I mean, this would be good for winter, but I don't know if it would be good for all year round. So let me know if you have a good chemo hat pattern or something that would be a good chemo hat pattern. I know who is the, so KK from K&K Crochet, she uses a lot of hat patterns from Spring the Fiber Enthusiast. I will link her down below too, and I'll link KK down below. So I think I might go check out Spring's channel because there was one hat that KK was doing that looked like it was really nice. I don't know if that would be good for a chemo hat though. So anywho, you guys let me know what you think of this ridiculous yarn haul. I think I need to stop for a while, but I'm telling you, if there's a good deal, I'm not stopping. So, all right, that's all I have. I hope you guys have a good rest of the week, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.